is 25 past midnight the night before I'm leaving Tokyo. Apologies if my face looks super tired, but I really want to film this video with this awesome background, so here we go. Hey, what's up everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to the Nihon Ma. This is the Japanese room. I'm here in Tokyo. This is actually my last night staying in Japan for 2017, and I want to bring you a video similar to last year, which is my recent tech of my Japan trip. So this is a collection of products that I've acquired or I've purchased whilst in Japan, as well as a few things that have been sent to me, some of which you would have seen in some of my recent vlogs. If you haven't already checked those out, then subscribe to my channel with the link down below and you'll get notifications and updates on future videos. So let's dive straight into it and go through these products. So the first product that I want to show is actually something that I discovered through one of my favorite YouTube channels. If you're not familiar with Bo Ismono, then hook him up, give him a little search online and share some love, particularly to one video about the Black Ember V4 bag. Now I saw this bag on his video and he was kind enough to reach out to them, and they then reached out to me and said, hey, we want to send you this bag, and it's so good. So here it is. So this is the Black Ember V4. Now this is probably, I think, maybe one of the most modular backpacks you can actually purchase. This is actually a prototype model. It's near as damn it to the final piece, but they've sent this out to me early and I've been using it throughout the time I've been in Japan and testing it out, and this is such a great bag. So let me run you through what it does. So the Black Ember backpack is a fully modular bag in the sense that you can compartmentalize all of the items within your bag. So you can have bags within bags to make it easier to pull things out and put things in depending on what you need for that day. So for example, you could have within this bag a separate camera pouch as well as a pouch for your cables, chargers and other things, and then a separate pouch for your clothing. When you check into your hotel, you take out your cables and chargers, you take out your clothing, you then have room for extra day gear, but you could leave your camera section fully intact, or you could strip out that and you could replace other things. So it's completely customizable on the inside of the bag using a proprietary modular connection. It's really smart. It's like a super magnetic way that pouches just kind of slot into the bag. It's really quite cool. Those bags themselves can be used separately, independently, with an extra shoulder strap, or you can compression them down and like squeeze all the air out of them. And that's just the inside of the bag. On the outside, you can add in your own laptop sleeve. That will open up so that you fly through airport security. You could add in separate straps. You could add a handle to it. You could take the straps off. You've also got the option for tripods. You could configure that to either side if you want. You could add compression straps on the outside. You could add full straps if you wanted to attach things in. You can do so much with this. It's really quite cool. So as you can tell, the bag opens up fully to give you a complete overhaul of inside the bag. Now what I love is that it's not a solid black interior. You've got some light materials in there that actually means that you can find items in the bag. So many times I look into a bag and it's just black, and chances are the objects that I've got in there are also black, and it's so hard to find things in a bag if you can't actually look in the bag properly. So having a light interior is really nice with this. It is a big bag, I'm not gonna lie. This is a huge bag. It is also kind of heavy in the first place when it's quite empty. I think Bo mentioned in his video that it weighs 4 kilos when it's empty, which is quite a heavy bag if I'm truly honest. However, it doesn't feel that heavy when it's on your back. The padding in the straps is nice and rounded, and it's so comfortable to carry that you really don't feel the weight in it, even when you've packed it out full of clothes and other stuff. So I use this as the, I guess like a weekend bag for Ellie and myself when we went down to Osaka just for a couple of nights the other day. It carried all of our clothing and other things. The day gear, it was like our train bag. It had some camera equipment in it. It just had like so much stuff in there for the 2 days that we were in Osaka. It was a perfect setup for that. Whether I would use it as my daily bag, I'm not sure yet. It is pretty big. I may just kind of use it for those bigger trips, particularly with clothes. If you did want to use it as a dedicated camera bag, you could do that. Personally, I would use it as a way of transporting camera equipment from one location to another rather than having it on the day taking stuff in and out. But this is a stellar bag and I'm really excited to see what they produce in the future, and I think it's going to be really popular among people. So go and check out where you can purchase this in the links below. and if you can get your hands on it, then definitely go and have a look. The build quality on it is so good. Like, I've not seen this much thought put into a bag in a long time. In fact, maybe ever. Maybe I've never seen this much thought put into a backpack. It's really quite cool. So I just want to say a massive shout out to Black Ember for sending that to me. It's been a really great bag to use, and I can't speak high enough of it. Now the next item that if you have seen the rest of my channel, you will know by now. This is the Fujifilm X100F. Now I'm showing you the box. I'm not really sure why, because I've already got it out the box. So I've been using this camera the whole time I've been in Japan, and it is so good. I've actually done a separate review on this, but I wanted to include it within this because this is of course the recent tech from my Japan trip. This has probably been one of my favourite purchases of maybe the last 5 years or something. It's definitely my favourite purchase of the year. I've loved it so much. The pictures I've been able to get from this, and you would have seen this in my previous videos, and I'm going to be doing blog posts on this as well. They're just so good. Like, the quality on it, the sharpness on it, the usability is so friendly and just so inviting. I can't speak highly enough of this camera. It's perfect for me as a travel companion. As a single lens, you get what you want. That is it. So yeah, as I said, I'm doing a separate review video. I actually filmed that earlier today. I guess an honourable mention to that is I also got a secondary battery for it. It's a tech purchase. Now at the same time I bought that Fujifilm, some of you beady-eyed fellows out there may have spotted at the checkout, I also bought the RØDE VideoMicro. Now this is a much smaller shotgun microphone compared to the VideoMic Pro that I was using previously, and I'd been looking for a slightly smaller microphone, but also I did actually need something to replace my VideoMic Pro because it started to break and kind of cackle, and I think it's just been on way too many trips, like just lugged around in a bag. It's had some hard days. So I've replaced it with something a lot smaller, but the quality is still hopefully just as good. I've been using it for the past like 4 vlogs or something, and I think the audio quality, it's not quite as good as the VideoMic Pro. That definitely has more of like a bassy sort of voice to it. I'm actually using it right now, and one thing that I have noticed is that when you talk from behind the camera, as I'm sometimes doing that when I'm vlogging, it does sort of sound like you're in a little bit of a weird room, but it's better than a VideoMic Pro that was very muffled. So can't win 100% on that, but it's a microphone that I needed because I needed to replace my other one, and I'm really impressed with it. Mostly I'm impressed with the wind filter on it. It's pretty large, it's pretty dense, and it just works really well compared to my wind filter on the VideoMic Pro that was just rubbish. It's got that nice Rycote shock absorber on it as well that just kind of keeps the microphone nice and stable without it touching any of the bits and creating noise. So next up I had a company called SUDIO reach out to me. Now this is a Swedish company that produced headphones and these new earphones, and these are a pair of Bluetooth earbuds. They are the in-ear variety, and you can connect it to anything that's Bluetooth enabled, such as your smartphone obviously, your laptop. So yeah, they sent out these earphones, and I've been testing them quite a bit over the past few weeks whilst I've been in Japan. Please excuse the dirtiness to them. I bought a new pair of jeans, and a lot of the dye, they were blue jeans, but somehow the red dye has come out and is all over these. They were in my pocket. So I apologise for these not looking the best at the moment, but I got the white pair in the rose gold, and they slot over your head like that, pop them in, turn them on with the side, and you then have control for your Bluetooth. It connects pretty quick, it works as I expected it. I'm able to play my music, the response rate is really fast, there's not really too much delay with it. I'm pretty new to Bluetooth earphones, so I'm not really sure what I could comment on compared to others. However, I would say on the audio quality of these, compared to just the standard Apple AirPods, these don't have as great a bass response. If you do like that real bassy sound to your music, particularly if you listen to a lot of electronic music, these may not be the right earphones to go for you. But if you are just interested in standard music, if you prefer more of the pop side of things, if you want to go just for a set of earphones that are great for calling, you have the inbuilt microphone in here, that could also be a good option for you. But like I said, these were sent out to me and I've been testing them and enjoying them. Yeah, these are the SUDIO earphones in rose gold. I should also point out it does actually come with a little pouch, so I probably should have kept the earphones in here whilst they're in my pocket so that they didn't get all the dirt from the jeans. Would have made the pouch really dirty, but you know, hey, at least it's not the earphones. So the next item is from another company that I've also worked with in the past. This is from, now I'm going to pronounce this as ZHIYUN, but I actually wasn't sure how to pronounce it because it's a Chinese company and I just know that the phonetics are slightly different there. So I actually emailed them and I said, hey, can you tell me how you actually say this? And I still can't say it properly. I can't get the correct tone in saying it. So I'll just play that audio clip of how it's supposed to be said. It's sort of a little bit like ZHIYUN, but it's like
ZHIYUN.
there are different tones in the language that you need to adhere to. I think there's 4 different tones, and I can't get it right. So this is the ZHIYUN Smooth 3. Now this is a stabilizer specific for smartphones. It comes in this nice little hard case here, or actually kind of like a hard soft case. So if we open it up, it's almost like a little ukulele. So if we open it up and have a look inside, and essentially you put your smartphone into the stabilizer and you turn it on and you have Bluetooth connectivity, and you can use this to stabilize your shots, and you can actually film really great clips using your iPhone or your Android smartphone or whatever using this. Now initially I thought this was going to be great for Instagram stories, and I actually was going to put together a separate video on how to improve your Insta stories using this. However, unfortunately this doesn't work as well in portrait mode. This is perfect if you want to use landscape mode. You could get yourself a dedicated microphone for your smartphone, and if you really want to get into filmmaking or starting a YouTube channel, then this is something that would really step up your game. For me, I think stable footage is really superior to wonky or shoddy footage. Anything that you can create stable, generally I'd say gives a higher quality than what you can get from higher resolution, if you can sort of bear with me on this. Yes, high resolution is great, but if the footage is so bad, it doesn't matter that it's in 4K. If you're not very good at holding a camera steady, then something like this would really be a lifesaver for you. Likewise, the cameras on smartphones these days are so good. You can really produce some amazing content. It's of course a price to pay to get one of these, but they are fairly inexpensive in the grand scheme of things compared to other camera equipment. What I do love about this is you do have that ZHIYUN dedicated app that you can connect via Bluetooth, and you can set on certain modes. You can set positions of, say, from here to here, and the camera will just work nicely from that. You could also use it to zoom. You can start and stop with the onboard buttons, and you have the little joystick so you can do minute control and dedicated movements with the joystick itself. So yeah, this is the ZHIYUN Smooth 3, and it's been pretty sweet. So another item I picked up that was also related to cameras and filming. This is a little bracket that kind of slots into the tripod mount of your camera, and it's got a little HOTSHOE mount here, and enables you to kind of have an extra HOTSHOE coming out the side of your camera as well as the one on top. Now the reason I got this is because I also got this. This is a small LED light. It's marked as from a company called LPL. I picked this up at Yodobashi Camera. Now this is a powerful little LED light. So my intention for this is that I would sit this on the side of my Sony a7R whilst I'm vlogging, potentially if I'm in the night or somewhere where it's just really not lit, and I can still have the HOTSHOE mount on the top where my microphone would stand, or I could reverse it and do it the other way around, depending on which way I want to set it up. I can dim the light down so it's not too blinding. All I can see right now is just a weird green rectangle. But yeah, this is a powerful little LED light. It weighs literally like nothing. It's woo, floats away. Anyway, this charges very handily over a simple USB, and it comes with probably the tiniest USB adapter I've ever seen. There's not even a cable in between it. It just goes from USB-A to USB mini. Okie dokie, just a couple more items to share with you guys. Now this is something that I picked up in Loft. Now Loft is kind of like a department store that has the best of the best. It's a place where you can get the best stationery, the best homeware, notebooks, like all sorts of things. So something I picked up here is like this double-sided Velcro style tape. And this is just literally a whole, I think 3 to 5 meters, and it's made by 3M. It comes in a packet like this if you are looking for it on the shelf. I can't tell you what it's actually called. It's written in Japanese, unfortunately. But this wheel of tape is Velcro on one side and the opposite side of Velcro on the other side, and I would actually be using this to wrap up a lot of my cables. It's great if you want to use it for, I guess, long time storage. It probably wouldn't work so well if you're constantly unwrapping and wrapping up cables. So when I set up my desk when I move back to London, I'm probably going to be using a hell of a lot of this. And that is exactly why I bought 3. And the final item, this is another runner from what came last year. If you saw last year's recent tech video, you will know that Ellie's grandfather kindly gave me a load of ZEISS lens wipes for my camera. They're technically for camera lenses, but they also work great for cleaning your phone, your glasses and other things like that. He buys them in bulk, and he's given me yet another wad of loads. So I thought I would keep this tradition going and include it in this year's video, and also conclude out this video, because that's all the products. So I hope you've enjoyed this one. Make sure you go and check out the description. There'll be links to where you can purchase those below. Some of those links will be affiliated uniquely to me. That's not why I made this video, and it doesn't affect the cost to you. It's just a helpful way to keep supporting this channel, and I'd appreciate it if you were to use them, but again, no obligation. Make sure you go and subscribe to my channel and give this video a massive thumbs up, and also leave a little comment down below. Let me know what your favourite product is, or if you've been to Japan recently, what have you bought that you just want to share with other people? I'd love to know what you're thinking on that. By the way, as a quick side note, I've actually set up a PO box. So if you guys ever want to send anything, or if you think you've got a product that would be great to share with this wider audience, then feel free to look in the description. There are details for that PO box. Cool. So that is me. It's coming up 1 o'clock, and I've got to get up in a couple of hours. In fact, I actually need to go to bed to get up to then get my flight back home to the UK. Yeah. So I hope you've enjoyed this, and thanks for watching. See you later. Bye bye.